Welcome back to Yapaholics, where we yap and you listen. Hosted by your boys, Matt.
And I'm CJ.
And today we are going to start ourselves off with a little bit of a dry pour because we have committed to doing dry January. So there will be no alcohol for the first couple of episodes here. But we are drinking some coffee today from a local coffee truck called Pretty Little Latte. And I've got something that's essentially the same thing as crack. Okay, it's called the Cookies and Cream Latte. It's a newer addition to the menu of things. And CJ, what are you or what did you drink, I should say?
Yeah, as you can see, I've already consumed mine before I even left the parking lot or where they were parked at today. I had the red velvet. I had the red velvet cold brew.
Oh, delicious,
brother! I was addicted. The first sip. I don't know what they put in the red velvet little cold foam. Fire. Absolutely slaps.
Yeah.
It's now my official go-to.
And listen, maybe they just put me on to cold foam, but obviously they are good friends of ours. So we've had the enjoyment of tasting things before they come out. And they have chocolate strawberry. I actually think it's like a mocha with strawberry cold foam.
Slaps.
I could drink a whole cup of the strawberry cold foam. It is so good. CJ, before we get off of this, you pretty much rely on coffee. That's why you don't have yours, right?
Yeah, I can't go without it. I say that, and I'm only a one cup, one kind of coffee a day. I can't get it past like 2 p.m. I use it for the caffeine, but I also enjoy the taste. I'm usually in the wintertime, I'm a black coffee kind of guy. But if I'm going to go out somewhere to a store and pick up coffee, especially with a Pretty Little Latte, just give me a foo-foo coffee. I gotta have it iced if I'm drinking a little foo-foo coffee. But if I'm drinking black coffee, I can take it just hot and just straight black. But I prefer I'm an ice girly all the way through.
Gotcha.
I rely on it. I don't know how people live without coffee.
And obviously, you got the red velvet cold brew.
Yep.
Do you prefer cold brew over espresso, or how does that shake out for you?
No preference.
Yeah.
It all works the same for me. Espresso, if I'm real sleepy, if I got 3 hours of sleep, I'll take a double shot of espresso, but cold brew works just as good for me.
Boy, I tell you what, that cold brew made me feel like I could run through walls, to be honest with you. I don't know what's in cold brew or how it works out. I just know that they told me it's technically more caffeine or something like that.
I feel like I'm just injecting straight caffeine when I drink the cold brew.
Dude. And when it comes to me, I'm not really a coffee drinker.
For the record, Matt doesn't need coffee.
Yeah, I don't need it, right? So like when I drink coffee, it has me bouncing off the walls. And I drank it to support our friends because, you know, this is a cool journey for them. And they make really good coffee. This is coming from someone who just never really had the taste for it. So, like, I truly love their drinks, but it has to be a foo-foo drink for me. So these lattes get me going.
And I think that's why the cold brew kind of hits for me, especially because it's just straight cold brew, black coffee, and then it has the cold foam on top. So it hits both sides of my palate for me.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. And again, I brought up the mocha
chocolate-covered strawberry.
Yeah, the chocolate-covered strawberry thing. So good. And it kind of has that same effect. But I don't think mocha's not real coffee, right?
It's just chocolate.
Okay. I'm just making sure I knew a little bit.
Yeah, I've not met a coffee that they've made me that I've not liked.
Yeah, totally understand. And
I refuse to do anything like coconut that I don't like. I'm sure it's still good.
Yeah, right. And I agree. And if you're in the area, in the Pensacola area, make sure you follow Pretty Little Latte on Facebook. They release, or Instagram, and they release their weekly schedule. Since they are a coffee truck, they're all over the place. So just keep a lookout. They might be near you. As for our next topic here, let's talk about what's in and what's out for Pensacola in 2026. First thing that we can talk about, because it's a big topic around Pensacola right now, is Palafox Street. What say you when it comes to Palafox Street?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of the downtown areas, specifically all things Palafox. It's still in, even with the construction. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
You know, we still got to support local. It's not a long-term plan. I think they're trying to do all construction complete before the heart of summer. I doubt it's going to happen, but it's fine. Palafox Street's in for me. Food, beers, wines, whiskeys, you name it, court dates, court filings, whatever it is, they have it.
They do have quite literally everything on Palafox Street, which is very nice, and a lot of local stuff on Palafox Street,
Yes.
which is why I agree with you. It stays in for 2026. Palafox Street is going to be incredible at the end of all of this construction. We'll put up images on both Instagram and on this video here of what is to come, what it's supposed to look like. As far as construction goes, though, they're looking to finish all construction, at least downtown, by the end of the year.
Yes, correct.
For the most part. Palafox, Garden, and Main Streets should be done, hopefully, by May. That's the incentivized date. And then they're going to try to get, like, Romana and I always mess up when saying that, Intendencia Street. They're supposed to be completed by September, and then Government and I can't say this one either. Zaragoza Street is to be completed by November. So
all the other streets outside of Palafox is irrelevant.
Yeah,
all of our business is on Palafox. But once they get done with all of it, it's going to be great. Until then, people are complaining about the parking and the lack thereof. However, the city of Pensacola has expanded free parking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whenever you're downtown, if you're local or coming to visit, don't park in any of the red parking lots. Those are private. They will cost you. You will get a ticket if you don't pay. But the blue city parking lots, a lot of those are free while the construction is going on.
This is true.
So parking for me is still in, even though we're completely biased and we have parking. But as for everybody else, parking for me is in. And it's okay to walk. Your legs work. It's okay. You need the exercise. And
that's something else to bring up about Palafox Street. Just because the road is closed, the sidewalks remain open.
Yes, please support local businesses.
Yeah, the fencing will be positioned on the outside of the awning columns.
Yes.
So that
you have plenty of room to walk.
It's like 6 feet of pedestrian walkway still. So you can still walk up and down Palafox Street and enjoy all the great local businesses that are sitting on Palafox Street. This by the way, just to give a little bit more information about what's going on, this is all part of the Strive to Thrive strategic plan that was actually put in place in 2022 by our mayor.
DC Reeves.
Yes, sir. One of the main things it's going to address in the Strive to Thrive is the fact that we are getting new storm drain all through Palafox Street, which hasn't been touched since 1999.
Yeah, and our infrastructure downtown's a little outdated. Not only that, but with the reimagined Palafox, it's going to be more walkable, right? There's going to be no through traffic, and we're going to have more areas to where we can just walk around on, so we don't have to worry about any kind of pedestrian potential mishaps. So you're going to have very, very walkable areas here downtown on Palafox. There's still going to be plenty of parking for people. There's still going to be plenty of vendors and businesses that are open and are going to continue to open as the projects finish up and the New Year's come. But it's Palafox is very historic and old. That's going to remain the same because it needs to. But we're just coming up with more modern times of how to navigate the area in general.
Yeah, for safety and other concerns as well. Keeping it in for 2026 because we can update safety. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, food, culture, whatever you're looking for on Palafox Street, incredible. Let's move on to something that may be a little bit more controversial and not so great, Cordova Mall.
For me, as a guy, I don't have no reason to go shopping. So I go for the food around Cordova Mall.
Yeah.
But as far as the mall itself, I have no business.
I'll tell you what, I am a sucker for food court food.
Sure.
So some of the places inside the mall have a special place in my heart. Like Brickery Grill, that's like my favorite. They load you up with Asian food. Not everyone has had a great experience there, but I have an iron stomach and can handle pretty much anything. So to me, it's phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even like shopping for gifts in Cordova Mall anymore.
No, me neither. Same as on.
I will say Cordova Mall is in if you need a place to walk indoors. It's a phenomenal place to go and walk. outside of that, I would probably agree with you and say I'm out on the Cordova Mall as well, or malls in general. I mean,
I
like
think that's
most,
just a dying thing.
right? Most malls are kind of out in general, unless you have a big one that has, the outlet malls and stuff like that.
Right.
Those are a little bit different. But since we're both in agreement there, we have no quarrels outside for a little bit of food inside the mall.
And I'm sure the mall still hits for people, right? Like they all, thankfully with our mall, majority of all the stores are still open. So it still is a thriving mall.
That's part of the reason I'm out on it, because of how many people go to it.
Especially during the holidays, brother, it's so busy.
Oh my goodness, you can barely breathe in there.
But I got no use for it, so it's out for me.
Out for me as well. And then obviously one of the main reasons people come here, and I can only imagine it's going to increase in 2026, the beach.
Our beautiful Pensacola beach. It's in. However, as a local, I don't go where all the beach stuff is. It's great. So our Pensacola beach on the boardwalk, right there on the Gulf side in Quiet Water, it's amazing, right? Yeah, on the boardwalk with the Quiet Water Beach, you have shops, you have restaurants, you have bars, you have the boardwalk you can walk out on. The Gulf side has the pier, plenty of room to lay out on. There's some more local sneaky places to eat and drink at right around that area that I'm not going to name, because unless you're in, you're in. If you know, you know. But it's great. However, when I'm going to the beach, I don't want to hang out there. I go where the locals go, which is a little bit further down. But for me, the beach, it's why we live here. We're in. It's in. It's just very crowded, very popular. We got Pensacola Beach got ranked #1 in a magazine recently. So it lives up to the hype. And it does deliver, so it's in for me.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. Being fair-skinned and a redhead, the sun does not like me as much as I like the sun, and I don't get to go out to the beach as much as I wish I could, especially because it doesn't matter if I put on sunscreen, guys. It eats through the sunscreen very quickly. And I end up getting burnt regardless.
I mean, look at him. He looks like he's sunburnt now.
Right. It's all the time. It's just my skin color is sunburnt at this point. But I will say that I obviously am biased because we live here, but I truly believe that we have some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Just like you said, it was ranked #1 in a magazine recently, as it should be. I think we have the best beaches in Florida for sure.
100%.
Without comparing to the rest of the world. If you're in Florida, take advantage of it. It's just an incredible place to be. There are great local spots that maybe not everybody knows about that probably will get brought up on this podcast. Eventually. Well, we're going to try to keep some things a secret for now. But I agree with you in all the way. I can't see a reason not to go to the beach.
Yeah. Especially during the summer.
Yeah. It's a nice way to cool off.
Yeah,
and heat up at the same time.
Yeah, literally. I mean, you can catch the Blue Angels on Sunday evenings whenever they come back home to be, practicing for the week. They have the flyovers over the pier on the Gulf side. I mean, it's incredible. All things beach, totally in. All things condos and hotels on the beach, totally in.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, that's our in and out for this week. We could possibly do this again with some more things in Pensacola moving forward. One of the main reasons we started this, though, is to get people into our real estate market and let them know what's going on with it, right?
Yeah, what we like to do.
Yeah, so let's jump into a market segment here. And we do have a couple of graphics that we will put on the screen, as well as post onto our Instagram. If you are following us there, you'll be able to keep up, and we'll put a little bit of description what you're looking at and how you can check these numbers. And CJ.
So to give us some context, what we're looking at is the December numbers for how we did and ended up in the market for 2025.
Right. And I'm looking at these graphics here, buddy, especially the numbers one. I see a lot of green, man. Closed volume up nearly 20% month over month. It seems like a massive injection of cash into Pensacola. To me, that says the market is on fire.
Yeah, the green is always good in basically every conversation you ever have. However, our closed units on the year were a little bit down year over year. So while green is good, that doesn't necessarily mean it's positive for everyone. Our inventory's a little low. We sold less houses, So the money's moving, but fewer families are actually able to attain the keys. You know what happens when the inventory lacks and there's the demand that's definitely there? Prices.
Prices go up.
Prices go up.
But that's kind of my point, right? If volume's up 20%, but units are flat, that means appreciation is happening right under our noses. If you're a buyer waiting for a crash, you're literally watching the price tags go up as you sit on the sidelines.
Yeah. I mean, I can't explain that even more. Say it again one more time.
If you are a buyer waiting for a crash, you are literally watching the price tag go up as you wait on the sidelines.
Yeah. What are we waiting on? Because along with that, with our numbers going down year over year, so the inventories tighten, our listing takens, the amount of listings that we took last year, they're down. They're down almost 3%. So not only do we have a lack of inventory, the sellers, they're not selling. So if I'm one of those buyers that you're talking about, now's the time to buy. Get in before everybody else, before the springtime. Because whenever we hop into spring, what's going to happen? Prices are going to go up. Affordability, it's going to crush people. We'll see. We ended the year on a positive note. And we'll see if inventory grows once it becomes busy season. But as of last year, listings taken are down almost 3%.
Yeah, but in that very first paragraph there on that graphic that we showed earlier, if you look at the bottom text on there, it says market remains shifted rather than normalized. So that just means that sellers are getting a little bit of ahead of themselves there. They see a low inventory and think they can price it higher. We'll give an example of like a house that may be worth $320,000. Sellers seeing low inventory think that they can price it like $450,000.
Yeah, that's just not realistic. Our inventory with the balanced market is about 6 months. As you can see on the graphic, we're just under 4 months of supply. So we are in a seller's market, but your 320 house doesn't turn into a 400 or a 450 house. It's not a name your price market yet. What we're seeing with the low inventory, the houses that are moving, you have to be priced correctly. You have to have the house in good condition. It's got to be maybe not completely move-in ready, but it's got to have the vision that people can walk in with the buyers and envision themselves in the house. So while we aren't in a COVID market per se, where we can just name your price and it sell, if you list high, it's just going to sit. We want to beat the average days on market. The median days, as you can see there, is about 56. Every listing appointment I'm going on, we want to beat that. That's the goal. We don't want to be like the neighbor's house who's been sitting for 120 days because they price it too high.
Right. So you're saying, like, in sellers' eyes, the play here is accuracy.
Accuracy.
If you price it correctly in a 3 to 4 month supply market, you sell in a weekend. But if you price it, say, 10% high, you're just leaving yourself out to dry there.
You're going to be chasing the market, and then you never catch up to it. I just had 2 listings go under contract within 5 days because we listed it correctly. The sellers are realistic about where the market's heading, and it got under contract within 5 days.
Okay. So the big question here is, especially for everyone in the comments, because you see in all kind of headlines, everyone says, let's wait for the rates to drop. Based on this sheet, do you think that's smart?
No. I mean, all the data we have from the last 2 years as a whole, why would you wait? All it does is just, it costs you more money. The rates are coming down. Our contracts written are up. It's up almost 20%. More people put a house under contract this December than any December that we've had in more recent years. The competition's already ramping up. Our quote unquote spring season seems to be happening in the winter.
Right.
So if you're waiting, you're just going to cost yourself more money.
Right. And we have tight inventory right now. So let's just, scenario in our head, imagine if the rates drop another percent.
Yeah.
Demand doubles, but supply still stuck at the 3 to 4 months. What happens to the prices?
They go up.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, we saw that from January 2025 to now January 2026. They're down over 1%.
Yeah.
We're under 6%.
Yeah. Like with these numbers, you're not saving money by waiting. you're gambling that you can outbid like 50 people whenever the demand doubles, right? Instead of the 5 people you may be looking at competing with today. If I were a buyer in today's market, I'm buying right now. I'm buying today.
This is the time to buy.
Yeah.
And I know people hear that all the time and they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just a real estate agent. You're supposed to be salesy. Sure. Whatever you think. Wait and see what happens.
Right. And I've always been the type of agent to be there for the client I'm helping, right? And if I'm trying to help a client in today's time, I'm telling them sooner is better, because if these people that think an imaginary number with a percent sign behind it is going to help them buy a house, they're completely wrong, because it's probably going to make this house 10 times more expensive and not give you much on the back end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You've already seen it specifically. I remember seeing something in the chat the other day where we're getting offers now where buyers aren't asking for concessions anymore because they feel like they can't.
Yeah, this is the last time to potentially have seller contribute any kind of concessions if we get into any tighter of a market. The 2 listings I just got under contract, one was full price, buyers paying title. There are no concessions. The other one is buyer paying title. We gave up a little bit of concessions, but the seller thought it was a very fair deal. So the negotiation power still exists for now. The most important thing is the concessions for a buyer to help the rate, to get that monthly payment as low as possible. And if we wait any longer and the inventory stays tight as the demand increases, we'll see. Prices go up, concessions start to dwindle.
Yeah. And waiting for perfect conditions is going to cost opportunity, 100%. Well, before we get out of the real estate mindset, do you have any listings you want to focus on right now? Do you have anything in your pocket?
I have a couple listings coming up that I can't talk about yet, so we'll save that for another episode.
Gotcha.
I did have 2. They went under contract.
So okay, so we no need to cover those then. All right. Well, listen. This is the podcast where we yap and you listen. So let's yap a little bit, yeah?
I'm ready.
What do you have going on right now? Like what's your day looking like?
Yeah, I'm thankfully for us being in the new year in January, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful, but it's the business that I've worked on this whole fall, because I knew, and I watch the rates and I don't pay attention to the headlines. I know if rates come down, people need to move. So this, me being busy now, is, like I had said earlier, is my spring market. So I'm busy. I have people in the pipeline. People are moving. Life is good. One of the goals I have this year is to help 30 families buy and sell a house. So far, we're going to exceed that goal if the rest of the year follows how we've been in January so far.
Yeah, especially if you can have that spring season in both the winter and the spring, right? It makes it 100% easier. Yeah, I mean, I'm right behind you. Obviously, you're a little bit deeper in your real estate career than me, but I'm looking to help 25 families this year. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be on the buy side or the sell side. And business right now actually does feel pretty good. I don't have nearly as many under contract as you have right now. Things popped off for you pretty quickly, but I mean, I'm following up here shortly on getting, 3 to 4 more under contract. So a business feels real good right now. It feels incredible compared to how last year felt.
One of the big things, and I can't say this enough, you'll hear me yap about this many, 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 many times on this podcast, is real estate is hyper local.
Yeah.
So we're going to always compare the macro versus the micro. The macro, I have no idea what up north looks like, but I imagine there's snow. Right. We're in winter. So I imagine there's not that many houses are selling. Today, here locally, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it's like 55 degrees outside. Maybe.
It's a little cold, but the sun is shining. You could go to the beach. You're not going to lay out or anything at the beach, but you could enjoy a day at the beach.
No, because one of the worst things that I will say about this area is that when it does get cold,
the wind.
Unfortunately, you notice the wind a lot more.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
in the summertime, you don't think the wind exists.
No,
during the wintertime, it's here.
I say that, but one of these these families that are moving down here that are in 5-degree snow weather, they're going to enjoy the beach. Not us,
100%.
not us locals, the people that are moving. So it's a busy, busy time, but we have the ability to stop and smell the roses per se.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Do you have any kind of travel or anything like that planned coming up?
Oh, always. I anticipate us going to Atlanta
Yep.
in February. That is a for sure thing. We're going to a real estate convention, if you could call it. We're going to family reunion with our brokerage with KW. In May, I'm going back to Atlanta, it seems, to watch the Braves and the Brewers play. And that's it so far.
Oh, that's kind of crazy. Oh, it might not be May. It might be April.
It also may not be May when I'm going to Atlanta for the baseball game.
It's crazy because we do have the trip to Atlanta coming up here in February, but I'm also going back to Atlanta in either April or May. I just can't remember which month for my nerdy side of self.
Oh, yeah.
And going to a live show for a D&D.
Interesting.
Me and Emma, we love a specific live action crew called Critical Role, and they're going to be in Atlanta. And this will be the first time that we've ever gone to something like that. So we'll be going back to Atlanta. Those are the only two things that we have on our docket right now. Just like you, well, I should say, just like your significant other.
Thank you for clarifying.
We'll have Disney on the plans at some point in the year, and
Not this year.
And I can guarantee you're going to go this year as well.
Not this year.
He denies it every time, but she makes it happen.
Not this year. One thing we are attempting to do in the fall is we are attempting to go to a football game. We are wanting and aiming to go to Oxford for the Ole Miss.
Oh, it would be incredible.
Ole Miss LSU game, Lane Kiffin's revenge game in Oxford. We're gonna strive to make that happen.
I think, especially with the way this year has started out, I think we're gonna definitely gonna be going to that game.
The issue is working around everybody else's schedule.
Yes, that is true.
Life's busy for adults.
We for sure have to go with Raymond, our other buddy, who is part owner of Pretty Little Latte that we were talking
That's
about
right.
earlier.
Also co-host of the Not Advised podcast.
This is true. And then I would love to have JD join us as well.
Yeah.
Also co-host of Not Advised. But, obviously it's hard.
It's
with
hard.
schedules and work and everything like that.
We'll see if we can pull it off. But that's one thing I'm hoping happens and really looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's going to be a game.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be a great time. But then again, I haven't gone to a game that hasn't been a great time. I remember, we'll keep this short, but I remember when we went to the Chicago game and we just absolutely blew our foots off because we left early.
Never doing that again.
Y'all were cold, and the game was not
fault.
good before we left, by the way.
It was the Bears-Viking game 2024. Caleb's first year, Caleb's rookie year. They were terrible. We left in the third quarter.
Yeah, like early third quarter, they were down, I think, like 17 points maybe,
and they
something
came back.
like that. They ended up coming back, taking it to overtime, and then winning the game.
We were eating beef sandwiches, whatever they call those things in Chicago at that time. I have no regrets.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it, but man, I wish
I'm never leaving another game early.
I wish we were there for the end of that game. All right, CJ, before we ended up here, there's something that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Something that I'm sure you have experienced yourself being a local here in Pensacola. There is one thing. We talked all episode about how great this place is. There is one section of this city that sucks more than anything, and that is I-10 West.
Oh, brother. For the record, if you're not from here, our commute anywhere in town, I don't care if it's Pensacola, Pace, Milton, Perdido, Gulf Breeze, you can basically be anywhere within a 20 to 30 minute drive. However, you leave at the wrong time and you get caught in this interstate traffic. They're doing a massive overhaul of the infrastructure on the interstate.
And they have been for what seems like my whole life.
They're widening it because the influx of people in Pensacola is astronomical, so we need more space on the interstate. I think it's going to end up being like 4 or 5 lanes. But they only have it down to 2. And if you're traveling during rush hour, I've even been caught at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're stuck in bumper to bumper. And people don't know how to zipper on the interstate like they should. And you get stuck and you're late to any appointments that you have by 15 minutes.
And one of the biggest, maybe it's just me not knowing like what's going on and half of nobody knowing what zippering is, but like you have the off ramp coming onto I-10 West, and then right as that's ending, the complete left lane is ending as well. Yeah. So everybody's trying to move in.
Yeah,
so
it goes
everybody
from 4 lanes to 2.
Yeah, the two lanes on the inside are like trying to move and let people in, and it's the biggest headache ever. And it's right before exit 10. Everyone who takes I-10 West should know about this. It's literally the worst part of any of my days where I have to take it. Luckily, I live over in Pace and I don't have to take it very often, but I know people who live over there. I have to go see them sometimes because I'm a great friend. You know what I'm saying?
That is how I live. I can't avoid that interstate, and that's how I get home. And it doesn't matter what time of day that I'm trying to leave to go home, I'm stuck in traffic. It is the worst.
It's so bad. I literally cannot get behind it. I cannot wait until they get done with this construction. If they get done with this construction.
I'm going to guess here. I do know the completion date, but I don't recall it off the top of my head. It feels like they've been, like you had said, that they've been working on it forever. I think the end goal of it is like end of 2027.
Oh my goodness.
And I could be completely wrong. But I think we have like another like year, 2 years basically before it's done.
Well, we'll keep pulling our hair out for those 2 years until they get it completed. That's everything that we got for this episode. If you have any questions whenever it comes to real estate, leave a comment, shoot us a DM, let us know. We'd love to help. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you need to. Until then, we'll yap next time.
Yap you later.